welcome to an exciting live stream. I am here. As you all know, we always come up with discussions on aquaculture and then fish farming in general, and then we discuss ideas that you can use in your farm. In today's live stream, I have with me Alfred. Alfred is from farming in Africa. Farming in Africa. And we've been having a couple of discussions, and then we decided to come and then have something to talk about in today's live stream. So if you have joined us, we are streaming on Lartman Farms channel. We're also streaming on Farming in Africa channel. And we are so happy to have you guys to join us. We believe that by the end of the live stream, there will be a lot of ideas and other things that people can take advantage of. And then they can also start their own fish farm. Also, if you have your doubts, you're also going to clear your doubts in relation to anything farming in Ghana. So, Alfred, welcome to Lartman Farms.
Thank you very much. Even though most people know me as Fred, I can see that we have a lot of cross viewership. So I'm very excited to be here and also learn as much as I can about catfish, in the fish industry and everything that you're doing. So very excited to be here, and thank you all of you that are making time off your Saturday morning to be here live and watch us. Hopefully we can inspire you, we can share some ideas, and don't forget to also write in the comments what you guys think as well, so that we can all join in this discussion and make it as interactive as possible.
Okay. So before we get into it, we've seen quite a number of people on the stream. And so we would like you guys to tell us your name and where you are joining us from. Normally we have people joining us from different parts of the world. And so we would like you guys to just introduce, hi, my name is this from Ghana, or from any parts that you would like to inform us from. I've seen Gabriel's farm. Gabriel's farm is in Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
And he has been a follower for quite some time.
Oh, nice.
And most of the things that we share, he has been practicing it in his farm.
Nice.
And so somewhere in December, he made me so happy. Like, you didn't know there was someone.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he says, hey, I've been following you for quite some time.
Yeah.
And because of you, I've been able to set up a farm.
Nice.
And then he shared amazing videos with me.
Of everything we've been doing.
Yeah. And then also we have Kwame Atupa-Sexy, who says, as I said, this is Fred from Farming in Africa. And then also we have Akesi Joseph, also saying good morning. We also have Kwame Atupa-Sexy says he has been waiting for this collaboration. His best two members coming into farming. We are glad to have someone say that we are actually their favorite in terms of farming. We also have Boachimesa, who says hi. Boachimesa from Italy. Boachimesa has been joining us for quite some time now, and it's nice to have you join us again. And then as you have joined our live stream, at the end of the live stream, those of you guys from Lartman Farms, would entreat you guys to just go subscribe and then join Farming in Africa. I've been watching them for a long time now, and I tell you, they have motivated me in ways they do not know, in terms of being consistent with what you do. I think your channel and then the kind of farms that I see you set up, there's a level of consistency. And that level of consistency also encourages someone like me, because you started your channel way before me. My channel is just a year old.
Oh, okay.
And now I am just amazed. I'm just amazed to have you with me today. So now let's get into today's discussions.
Sure.
First of all, you are here. What would you like to know in relation to fish farming?
So just to give you a bit of context, and also say hello to your audience. Thank you guys so much. To do this, you talk about consistency, but that is the key for anybody to do YouTube consistently uploading, even if it's once a week, right? For the past one year, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of passion. And if you're just doing it for the money, you will not survive 1 year.
Not at all. Not at all.
So kudos to you.
Thank you,
I'm always very happy to also be among people that understand and value what we're doing. And the impact, as you share one of your stories, these are stories that keeps us going.
Yeah.
And each and every day we hear people like, the Nigerian man and all of you, and it inspires us to continue doing, because it's a very lonely journey where you are basically in front of your camera and speaking to your phone every single day, right?
Yeah.
The maximum people you can have is maybe 2 or 3, which is your producers around you. But it's a lonely journey. So when we hear feedback from them and what that lonely journey is doing on the other side, it's a huge inspiration. So thank you so much. Farming in Africa basically was started from a point of solving a problem at my school. So I do have a school in Ghana, and I realized that the students weren't getting enough protein. So I decided to start a farm that I can feed them with. So that's where we started. And after some time, we just realized that this information is missing.
Yeah.
Like when we wanted to go to poultry farmers and other farmers to seek knowledge, they were very hesitant.
Yeah.
They were like, no, I don't want to tell you. They're like, no, come tomorrow, come. I was like, why? The market is too big for everybody. And by then, I wasn't even thinking of it as a business. To me, it was like to solve that problem. So right there, I turned on, I was like, no, I'm going to make this information public. And I'm actually going to use my experience as a test case and an experiment for every farmer or potential farmer who wants to go into agriculture to learn from it. And that's how the YouTube and everything started. So to me, for the past maybe 2 years has been experimental. Everything I've invested in, from cattle, from goats, from pig, from everything, was to learn and put the information out there. To recently, where we actually decided to go commercial with goat farming. Coming to fish farming, I actually wanted to test fish farming as well. So I went ahead and even purchased the canopy and everything. I never started. So today I'm here to learn from the man himself, the guru of fish farming in Ghana and Africa. So basically, I want to hear your journey. I know people that are watching from my channel probably are also new to your journey. So we want to have an education and first of all, maybe start why fish farming.
Okay, so I started fish farming at a point in time in my life where I was depressed. So I lost my dad. And then when I lost my dad, I was already running a business that we went to shoes manufacturing.
Okay.
So we had a business where we manufactured shoes that we made available to people. But then after that particular period in time, the depression became too serious for me. I couldn't handle it. So we buried my dad, and then after a couple of months, someone reached out to me. So when you lose a relative, someone comes to visit you.
Yeah.
So someone came and was like, you have a fish pond at the backyard. Start something with it. Then I was like, hey, I'm not interested in this. Because the idea, I've been a lover of accounting and business. And so the idea has always been, Charlie, it's not to go and work in a company, but then to run a certain kind of business. I was looking at clothing where we were getting executive wears for people. So it was nothing fun. I am not one of those people who happens to have been a lover of farming. Not at all. And then, so after a while, the depression was becoming intense. Extremely intense. I could drive from the house without knowing exactly where I'm going. Then I'll end up at the beach around 11:30 p.m. and I could stay there for a long time. So I was having a lot of issues. Then I decided, you know what? Let me give this thing a try. So I went to see a guy, and then you see the issue we're talking about in terms of information. I went to see someone, and I asked the person I wanted to start a fish farm. My friend who asked me to start a fish farm was also farming. And so he was forthcoming with information. But he told me there was someone who has been in the business for a longer period, and so I should see that person. But then when I went to that person wasn't forthcoming with information. The person told me, I think around that time, he told me to bring about 2,000 Ghana cedis so that he would teach me what he's supposed to teach me in relation to the farming. And I was like, I am actually depressed. Yeah. So if I have 2,000 Ghana cedis, I'm going to use that money to probably go and spend some time somewhere else. So then I decided to just purchase the fish, and I decided to now go online. Yeah. Now when I went online on YouTube, I realized the gaps you were talking about. Yeah. Information gaps. Yeah. And so I decided to now try and learn. Then I decided to go in partnership with the Fisheries Commission. Yeah. So to learn how to even hatch the fish and produce the fingerlings, I had one of the directors for demonstration. He came here for we spent like a week teaching me how to do this thing. Wow. I had this person too from the University of Ghana. Yeah. He was actually teaching them something. Yeah. So I spoke to one of their students. Hey, I'm looking for someone like this. Yeah. And I spoke to the person. Then quickly the person came. Yeah. Then I went to the commission to get one or two details. Then I went to the university to get one or two details. And then through these things, I realized, okay, there are lots of the details out there that people do not know. Yeah, how to access them. Exactly. So then we decided to also start putting up the content. But the content creation started after my CNN, when CNN guys came to take a documentary over here. Yeah. And then after that, they were like, no, you need to start a channel. Yeah. And then we started. There you go.
How has your personal experience been with the Ghanaian market? Okay,
so backstory. When I started my fish farm, right before my fish were ready to be sold, I started my fish farm 2 weeks into the culturing of the fish. I started selling fish.
How?
So I reached out to other farmers who have been farming. Go and then buy stock, and then come and then process them. Then I sell. So I was selling at the University of Ghana. Opposite, there's this farmers market around Lagos City Mall. Yeah. So I used to go there frequently nice. To go and sell fish over there. So I used to sell fish to my lecturers and other people. But then by doing that, I came to understand the taste and the preference of the consumer. Now the consumer wants the fish in a certain size, of a certain taste, in a certain way, or packaged in a certain way. So before my fish were ready, I have already kind of like spent some time
with the market, understand your consumers.
Now with the market, there are two things market is normally looking for. With a smoked fish, market is looking for fish most of the time below 500 grams. Okay. So you don't need to culture them for 6 months. So sometimes you hear people saying 4 months you harvest, 4 months you harvest. Most of the time, it is for the smoked market. But then if you are giving to these restaurants, the point and kills, and they want the fish big. Yeah. You understand? So depending on who you are selling to. But then another bit of all of these things that we did and we realized was selling directly to the final consumer. What we did was the final consumer gets to know our story. You get to know this is where we are farming, this is what we are doing, and this is the quality we have attached to it. And so we now had people in their homes. We degassed the fish nicely and every single thing because they don't have the time.
They just wanted to put in their soup.
Exactly. So we do all of these things and then we give it to them. And we're charging premium prices for them. Around that time, it was costing around like 18 Ghana cedis to the fresh fish is 18 Ghana cedis. And then we were selling our smoked fish for a minimum of 25 cedis because of the value addition. You understand? So give or take, we've now understood what market is looking out for. And we always do tell farmers to be willing and ready to face the markets themselves. If it is a business that you want to run, spend time. So for us, for example, in being able to get people to supply frequently, we go to a lot of the restaurants in East Legon and other places. We don't go to restaurants where they don't serve soup stuff. We go there and then we are like, hey, why don't you have catfish? Oh, there are responses they give to us. We note it down. Some of the responses are when we bring the fish, they don't buy. Some of them we don't get it consistently. So these things you go back, then you come. Okay, what if I bring you a fish which has been well processed, has FDA certification, and I can supply you every week? And then you don't look for let me say extreme profits. Just be along the margin, and then you're good to go.
Good. So in a nutshell, you say the market is there, just that farmers needs to be proactive to go and face the market.
And then also, talking about the market, the greater part of the market, per the data we do have since I think 2021, Ghana needs 1.2 million metric tons of fish produced every single year.
Wow. Yeah.
Out of that, we produce less than 40% of that.
Not surprised.
Take into consideration what is from the sea and then what is from the lakes and then the inland production.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to these kind of species, they are freshwater fish.
Yeah.
And our galamsey and other activities has destroyed a lot of our freshwater.
Yeah.
And then has also reduced the supply.
Yeah.
So already there's a deficit in terms of that, and then also in terms of supply.
Yeah.
So we are coming to bridge that gap to make money.
No, that makes a complete sense. Maybe you want to go and see if we have some questions where you can attend to them.
All right. So Gibrix Farm says, I have harvested and stocked new catfish fingerlings. Following Lartman Farm is one of the best decisions I made last year. Oh my God. I'm happy to hear that. And then also we have Achimota saying, can you please fix the echo? We fixed it.
Yeah.
We fixed it. And then we also have Stella Enyona Mensah says, good morning. She's from Osu. All right. So that's with that bit as well.
Yeah.
Fish farming in Ghana is easy, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
What do I mean by it's easy, but it's not easy? It's easy now because, yes, we are making information available to people. Yeah. It's easy because there's information to tap from. What you need to do is to be consistent. Mm-hmm. It is not easy because the industry has been there for a long time, but there are gaps in the industry. There are information gaps, there are a bit of certification gaps, there are policy gaps, like there are those things. But I didn't wait for any of these things because they also give us a lot of opportunities. Sometimes people do talk about the system is not working and the system that and the system this. But the gaps in the system probably propelled me to where I am today.
Yeah. I say this about Africa. I say, the same way you talked about the gaps. People say there are challenges in Africa, there are issues, the risks are high, but the challenges and the risk are what presents the opportunities.
Yeah.
Right? So to go and set up a fish farm in the UK will take you years of documentation, huge capital. But because there are gaps in the system in Ghana, you set up like this, right?
Yeah. So there is this project we're supposed to be working on. Mm-hmm. Is to set up 50,000 capacity channel catfish farm in US.
Wow. Yeah.
And we've been having back and forth discussions for like 3 good months.
Yeah. It's possible.
And some of it is because of certification. They want to know the kind of equipment you are going to run, the energy, the license, and all of these things. Mm-hmm. But over here, you need a fraction of that cost to run the same capacity of fish.
Yeah.
And so the gaps are providing or giving us a lot of opportunities. Yeah. And we also want to tell people that when you come across like maybe our channel or your channel, and these people have spent some amount of time in terms of experience, when you reach out to them, be open-minded.
Yeah.
And then, because reaching out to us is going to cut down on years.
Yes. Yeah.
Of the activities you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Because if I have farmed for almost 3 years now, then when you come in, a lot of the mistakes that I have done,
you don't have to repeat them.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I think we will end it with the mistakes that we've done. These channels that we create, and I'm very, very excited with, the fact that a lot of Ghanaian youth now are going into farming, and especially even with YouTube, sharing the experience and so on out there. And the good thing is that it's bridging that gap in the agricultural sector. right? So we have made the mistakes, and that's why we are putting it out here for you guys. So I hope that you guys are learning from it. Yeah, so I think we end it here. I think the message is super clear. Don't repeat the mistakes that we have done over the years, and willingly putting it out there so that you guys can benefit from it. What's your last words to anybody who wants to go into fish farming?
All right, so my last words would be, there are a lot of people who are considering the fish farming. The earlier you get into it, the better. But in all of these things, seek counsel.
Yeah.
And then you can run, because we manage 50,000 capacity farms outside of Accra.
Yeah.
We manage different farms in different parts as well.
Yeah.
But then when they seek the counsel, some of them, they've been even farming for a long period of time.
Yeah.
But then they miss out on a few things.
Yeah.
And then we help you out.
No, that's very insightful. Thank you very much for your time today. And guys, you've heard it. Fish farming is not something we have been focusing on as a channel, but I'm glad that we're able to bring Lartman Farms here and be able to show you guys that are interested in fish farming the way to go. Seek counsel, contact them, check their YouTube channel if you haven't, and go there, subscribe, get in touch with them. Do you want to put your number, email? How do people find you aside YouTube?
Aside YouTube, I'm active on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's Gabilat. That's GABBYLART. I do post a lot of stuff over there, and then also on Twitter we have a farmers community. That's people doing different things in the same space.
Yeah.
And so we do discuss things on Twitter, and then also on email. You can just reach out to us on lartmanfarms@gmail.com. Lartman is LARTMAN farms@gmail.com. In terms of contact, the contact will be displayed at the description section.
Sure.
You can easily have that.
Thank you so much for your time.
It's been amazing. It's been amazing.
Good hosting us.
When I grow up, I want to be like...